Hi. Hey, Miss CHM. What you telling me, girl? Wait, let me put this a bit more here. How's everybody doing? Oh, there's only two. How many of these are? All right. Hi, guys. I decided to come on. Ines, I decided to come on and do a little live. I'm absolutely exhausted. Thanks, babe. I'm actually. Oh, hi, girl. Guys, yeah. I'm gonna say, morning, my queen. I'm gonna say, it's not that I can't talk about what's going on, because you lot know that I just come out and I tell you lot everything, but because it's involving my kids and I just don't want to give anything away, I'm not gonna say more than that. But what I will tell you is that my ex-husband did me so dirty, lot. Like, the more I unpack this, it's like, you know, like a conspiracy theory, and the more you unpack it, like, you just keep going down the rabbit hole, it just gets deeper and deeper. But it's all good, because I know that the Lord is in control. Anyway, let's get into the topic of today. Hey, Eunice, you're right, queen. Firstly, I want to say, guys, just a quick update on my health. Guys, I'm going to keep it real. I will be giving like an exclusive on my health in, like, I'd say maybe April, when I start my podcast. That's when I'm going to lay it all bare. I'm going to have all my medical receipts. I'm going to have everything, and I'm going to like break down exactly how the cult impacted on my health, along with my receipts from the doctors, etc. And, you know, at a certain point, I will be suing them. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got enough evidence now. I've got enough evidence to proceed. And so have myself and many other survivors who have the same types of medical conditions. So anyway, let's get into what I wanted to talk about today. So, and if you've got any questions, just ask me. This is just going to be a quick one, guys. I put up a video on the tongues. Yeah, that's what I put up the video on. And I think out of all of the spiritual practices in these church cults, I feel like the tongues is most likely one of the most debilitating, abusive, I would say, I want to say life scarring, traumatic experiences that you could ever encounter. And what I'm going to do is just break it down, because there's been a lot of indoctrinated village girls and boys from Ghana. Oh, Ines, I like this. Thank you, babe. Who have First Love Centre is the biggest building they've ever seen in their life. And as you know, I live in the United Kingdom, so I've seen the Buckingham Palace. Hey, Layla Speaks. I've seen the Buckingham Palace. I've seen Big Ben, many a beautiful historic building. Thank you, Layla. I don't even want to get into Rochester. Do you know about Rochester? Because I'm from the Garden of England. I'm from Kent. Do you know about Rochester? So when you're doing up First Love Centre and getting bussed and picked up and dropped back from the bus because you're broke and you're from the village, don't be coming in my comments talking about where there's snake. And I don't understand you, bitch. I don't get it. I don't get it. Snake eats you up. There they go. Monkey they wear baboon. I don't get you. Illiterate. I don't get you, bitch. I'm from the United Kingdom, and if you're going to talk to me, come to me with the literacy. Come to me with the vocabulary. And speak to me in proper English. A lot of you can't. That's why you're in there. I sent you a DM. No, I haven't. Which account, girl? Which account? So don't be coming on my comments, commenting up, because if you were in my face, you wouldn't be commenting that up. You're DUMB, you can barely speak. That's why you're in Dagyud Mills Court. That's why you're all there. Do you know what I mean? Because you're broke, you're from the village, and you don't have benefit system. You can't get a council flat. That's why you're all running to be here. Oh, all of you man them in the comments, that's commenting up with your broke selves. If I was, even with my disabled self like this, if I was to say to you, like, oh, I'm going to get you a visa, I'll get you a visa to come UK, you'd be running. You'd be running, you'd be up underneath my batty crease instead of Dags. So stop coming on here. Stop coming on here. You don't have no chat for me, babes. You don't have, because we are in the UK. That's where you all want to be. We're the cash cow. Oh, please. Even if we're on benefits and we're not working, we're still better off than you because of your corrupt leaders like Dag and Co, who just teeth from you lot, just take, and do nothing, give nothing back. All that man's done is build buildings. How has it benefited any of them? But they're there doing up human fecal matter in First Love Centre, giving their pennies that they don't have. Oh, please. You're all broke out there. You're all right. I know you are. There's only in them parts of the world, yeah, the disparities from wealth to poverty is so big. There's no in between. It's not like how we have middle class. And over there in Africa, you've got to have a year's rent, bitch. You've got to have a year's rent, yeah, to be doing up whatever. You don't get a council flat. The medical treatment's not free. That's why they're all broke out there, the ones that are going to the church. Are you all right? And Dad ain't getting any of their elitists anymore. It's too embarrassing. No one wants to be associated with that. Do you know what I mean? So he's just got all these illiterate facts on facts on facts. So he's just got these illiterate where the snake eats you. I couldn't understand what the hell this gal was saying. I'm actually going to read a comment because it's so embarrassing. Let me see if I've got TikTok. When I saw this comment, I put it through ChatGPT and I was like, ChatGPT, do you understand what they're saying here? Because they're so illiterate and they're so severely indoctrinated that when you read the comments, it's just giving human fecal matter. So I'm going to go through some of the comments on here because it's just crazy. Look at this one, Battles. In that realm, abnormal reactions take place. Go there. We love it. Power is released. Fire is consuming. Satan cannot have authority over my life, my children, my family. I cannot abort my baby. Fire is burning. Somebody pray. You sound insane. Illiterate. Bereft of vocabulary. And as I come from, you know, the literacy capital of the world, I want to tell you that Dag is not doing his job. You all sound very uneducated. And you're all confirming the fact that I said it's broke, uneducated villagers that are commenting again. All right. And then we've also got, let the children play, let the church pray, nations must pray, put your science study somewhere else and be serious with prayer. Okay then, Shakaya, Sotoya, Ishataya. Is that what I shall do? Okay then. Okay then. And then we've got, in that realm, is this my, oh yeah, this is my favorite one. In that realm, we don't joke by speaking a normal language. It beats you up. Comes you to the spirit realm, connects you to God. A snake has not licked your mouth before they play. A snake, guys, let's read this illiterate rubbish. A snake has not licked your mouth before. Okay, play. Babe, I don't know what you're saying. Is this slang in the village of Accra or Kumasi Market? Is this the slang? A snake has not leaked your mouth before they play. Sorry, I don't understand you. I'm from the United Kingdom. As we read this, we just don't understand. We see you as a peasant of the lowest classes of society in life. So when I read, a snake has not leaked your mouth before they play, I don't understand. Sorry, I'm a British-born girl. I'm English. So when you're commenting, villagers, please can you comment in full English? If that's too hard, then just refrain from commenting because you're looking absolutely DUMB. All right, now we can get into the live, okay? And then there's just been one, they just get so obsessed with me because obviously I'm beautiful, you know, I just like, anyone that has any type of like main character energy, is a leader, whatever, because they're all followers and bottom bees, it's like they're all up underneath my batty crease and the men are absolutely obsessed. Like, did you see the one who was like, oh, how did he do his kidney? But I like your voice though. Of course you like my voice, bitch. Of course you like my British pound voice. You like the pounds. You like the pounds, don't you? That's what I'm saying. You know, all you Ghanaian men are my bottom bees getting ready to come and suck this coochie. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I said to you, listen, yeah, you lot, all of you gyal them in Ghana have to tie your hair in a blood clot bun and come and suck this coochie. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're my bottom bee. You ain't dealing with Great British pounds. Go and suck your mother. Even on benefits, I'm better than you in my council flat. Are you all right? Have you got this? How hard would you have to work to get this in Ghana? Shut up, man. You lot ain't got nothing on me, man. I'm just living good. Are you all right? So when you lot are coming in and all that, look at how I'm living. How are you living? As you're commenting there, do you have the data? Because I can leave my Wi-Fi off from morning to night. I'm in the United Kingdom, love. Instead of you coming on here and comment, go and get Dag. Instead of giving Dag your little coins, your little ceddies that you've got, why don't you go and get Dag to give you the data that you're using that you don't even have enough of because you're broke to come and comment on my thing? Why don't you go and get Dag to give you some money for data, huh? Come in here and have some chat for me. Baby, I'm fine. This is why Dag comes to England, to the cash cow. Even people on benefits, he's getting money. Even people in university, he's getting money, bitch. But you lot don't know because you're DUMB. You're DUMB. And your hair, you're getting abused. You're giving your pennies. It's because you ain't got nothing and you are nothing. That's why. That's why Dag rules your life. All them guys that you see all on there, anyone that Dag's got left now is people who are from the village. Do you understand what I'm saying? That he's taken from the village. He ain't got no proper people like left in that culture, because everybody knows the truth, and he's a laughing stock. He's got a small little girl like me from the UK on her every day, and they can act like whatever. Dag, you could. All I want to say to Dag and whoever's reporting for him, let him know that those little clanging sample prayers, they ain't gonna work, babes. They're not gonna work. They're not gonna work. He's praying. Oh, curses, people who harass you. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This is 14 years of a karmic cycle. You're gonna see this in 14 years. We won't even know Dag's name, and we sure as hell won't know Joshua's name, because Joshua, listening to Joshua preach is like watching paint dry. I'd rather go and sit and watch paint dry than listen to Joshua Mills preach. I would rather sit there in silence and solitude and watch paint dry. That guy cannot preach to save his life. If his life depended on it, he couldn't preach. Anyway, let's get into what I want to discuss today. I've had a lot of indoctrinated DUMB brokey villagers in the comments, all the way from the beautiful Ghana, Accra, where the epicenter is. That's the epicenter of the cult. That's where Dag's got his compound and Akaze Bible School, and they are severely indoctrinated there because, as I said, their leaders are thiefs like Dag, so there's no like benefit systems. They don't have free. Do you not have free healthcare? Because as you're here saying, the snake going to eat your mouth, bitch. In the UK, if I get sick tomorrow, I get free NHS care, bitch. Do you see my hospital bed? Do you know how much these cost? Over £2,000. Do you have 2,000 Great British pounds? That's what I got for free. That's this hospital bed, darling. I'm from the UK. I'm from the UK. So as you're all here chatting, you could say, we're this snake, we're going to pray. But you don't have free NHS. So if tomorrow a virus comes, you're all unalived. You're pissed. If Ghana tomorrow, if that virus that's in India or Hong Kong or wherever it is right now comes to Ghana, you lot are all finished. Dag, you and Mills ain't going to be able to save you, babe. And your tongues and your prayers sure as hell ain't. So my wish is that the virus will spread over there and you lot won't be able to save yourself. You'll be screaming, Dag, who's going to save you? Who's going to save your Ras clot, blood clot? Because the last time with the pandemic, it hit the EU. But you see, if it hits Ghana and Africa, I'm going to be laughing at all of you lot. Let your prophets and your Archbishop Duncan Williams, and God should make the virus go there. I want God to make the virus go there. I guarantee you this year the virus is going to hit Africa. Because you lot are DUMB. It will be like, it's like the punishment. It's like to shake you, to wake you up. What can your bastards do now? Are they going to pray for you? What they going to do? What they going to do? Oh, please. You want to be coming here and chatting to me. When the national disaster comes, let's see what your pastors do. Because as I said to you, bitch, I'm in the UK. The Oxford vaccine was first developed in the UK. I'm good. We're good. We're always going to be all right over here. It's y'all that's not going to be all right. So as you're there believing, following all of these men, when the epidemic and the crisis hits you lot in Africa, let's see what your pastors are going to do. Let's see what your prophets are going to do, please. Because England, none of the other countries are going to do shit for you lot, and you know that. So let's hope that your pastors have got you, because they've got millions of pounds, they've got lots of buildings, they've got lots of powers, just like the government. So I hope, because last time we had the pandemic, Dad was shaking his boots. Dad was shaking in his blood clot boots. So I hope this time round, you lot's pastors are going to be able to know when it's coming and tell you lot what to do. And also, I hope they're going to use their money to save your backside. Yeah? Because your government ain't. But in the UK, it's different. That's why I said you can comment all day, bitch. But as I said, this is my home, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Can you see the garden? Can you see that my room goes into the garden? So I don't give a shit. Like, you lot are in your village huts. Like, I'm good. And even if you're not in your village huts, you're not living like this. And you could have more money than me over there, but you're not living like this, because England is England. The United Kingdom is the United Kingdom. London is London, and Kent is Kent. Kent is the Garden of England. We're not talking about Accra, and we're not talking about Kumasi Market. All right, my love? So when you're coming in with your comments, just know who your blood clot talking to in the cut. All right? Okay. So let's get into what I'm talking about today, because I don't appreciate you lot coming to my you can't step, you couldn't even come to my house. You can't even afford a ticket to come to the country I live in. And you want to come have some chat for me? Oh no, babe. Oh no. Hello? Shh. Hello? You ain't gonna come and have no chat for me. We've got ring cameras, ring doorbells. We've got ring doorbells over here. Have you got a ring doorbell? Oh, please. That's why you lot get excited with the First Love Centre, because it's things you don't have in your yard. You get excited when Dad does certain things. You lot get excited when you see Jesus, Saviour of the world. You lot get excited when you see First Love Centre and it looks like a tin. Like the Anakazo Bible School, because your government don't build nothing. They're thieves. You lot are living in poverty. The disparity is so wide that you're either really, really rich or you're really, really poor. And unfortunately, Bella, come here. Come here. Bella, Come here. Come. You're either really rich or you're either really poor. And I have a Pomeranian. Do you know how much these cost? Grands. Do you know what grands are? Thousands of pounds. Not thousands of cedis, thousands of pounds. Because you know when Dag preaches and it's like you say thousands, but in, say like Zimbabwe, it would be thousands, but then in Ghana, it would be like 2 pence. So this is thousands, GGP, Great British Pounds. You want to come in my comments and have some chat for me? Oh, babe, my dog is more expensive than your life. This dog is worth £5,000. My dog is more expensive than your life, and you want to come in and comment? Oh, baby, sit this one out, you little village boy. Do you know what I mean? If you were over here, you'd be my worker. I don't indulge with the help. You would have been cleaning at my garden and taking out my bins. Yeah. So don't come and have any chat for me, babe. Who are you talking to? Not me, not the queen. You must have woken up. You must have bumped your head praying in first love, babes. You're delirious. You don't know what you're doing. All right. So the dangers of extreme speaking in tongues. Like up the live. Hey everyone, I want to talk about something that's often glorified in the church cult spaces, and it's extremely harmful when it's taken to extremes. And that's what we've seen on the video and in First Love Church Cult under Dag Mills. We see extremes, okay? So we're talking about the practice of speaking in tongues. That's jumping, shaking, screaming, total loss of body control, especially when it's forced or ritualized. And remember, there's been a lot of people coming out and saying that they were faking the tongues, because that's what it is, mainly fake. A lot of people just copy it. That's how they learn. They copy it. It's like learned behavior through social learning. So a lot of them, especially if that's why the ones seem more powerful that are past as kids or have been there since birth or whatever. They've just been learning. They've just been watching since they were babies. So of course they're going to seem more powerful in the system. So let's look at the neuroscience and trauma. Speaking in tongues can induce dissociative trance-like states. We know that happens. The brain literally disconnects parts of the conscious control, and then there's neuroimaging, which shows frontal lobes, decision-making, executive control deactivate, while there's limbic and emotional regions fire up. So whilst you're doing all of that, your brain's getting effed up and in the car. This means people are not fully aware of what they're doing, and the body goes into a fight or flight-like state repeatedly. That's your body reacting to the fight or flight, yeah? Okay. Chronic exposure to this hyperarousal increases cortisol. As you all know, I have Addison's, and that is caused by the increase my adrenal glands producing too much cortisol, and that's why my adrenal gland died, and I had to get surgery, I had to get it removed. So when you're asking, how did I become disabled or how did it, that's how. All right, my love, that's how. Okay, so then we've got, and I just want to let you know, this fire that I've got right now is because of all of my health just deteriorating. And by the time I'm done, I'm going to be taking Dag and Richard to court, and I'm going to be getting compensation for my health. And even when that happens, you villagers are still going to be in there chatting SHIT, but it's okay, because I'll have my money and I'll have my my court case, so that will be fine. All right, because I've sought advice now, and I know I can take them to court along with myself and other survivors. Okay, so chronic exposure to this hyperarousal increases cortisol, the stress hormone, which is linked to sleep disruption, anxiety, depression, immune suppression, and even autoimmune disease flare-ups. Yeah, and that's what I'm going through right now. The trembling, the shaking, the jumping, and violent holy convulsions, because that's what they are, convulsions, violent holy convulsions. We even see them vomiting, yeah. The music, so these holy convulsions mimic seizure activity. In the nervous system, these aren't spiritual markers, they're neurological override. It's neurological override, bitch. But isn't it just the spirit? The manifestation of the Holy Ghost. The way the snake and the Holy Spirit fire. Isn't it easier to be a DUMB, uneducated fool, than saying the trembling and shaking, jumping and violent holy convulsions mimic seizure activity in the nervous system? A lot of them are uneducated, as I said, and from the village. So instead of having this education, like a lot of the guys are brokies, they're DUMB, they don't have no education, but they come in there and they feel powerful because they've got a branch of 20 people. So you can see that it's just human fecal matter. And this is why we have the epidemic. This is why women are getting raped. Pastors are running off with, there's a pastor that's run off with, some pastor cheated some guy who was doing accounts for him in the cult under Dag Mustard Seed, if I believe correctly. And he's taking them to court right now. So there's stuff going on underground, because especially like with the big six, that court stuff was going on before, Haynes in the cut, but it just came to our attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like later, like a year or so after. So a lot of things are going to come out of the woodworks because Dag, I don't know how Dag's getting sleep because there's a lot of underground court cases going on allegedly. Hi Juju. There's a lot of court cases going on. So, you know, I just hope Dag's going to survive it because, you know, I know of court cases that are going to fall in his plate this year or next year that he's not even aware of. Oh God, I can't wait. You know, like guys holding in like the information I know is crazy, but you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately, you know, this you got to get caught at once, isn't it? Like the fraudsters have to get caught at some point. And this is what's happening to the fraudster pastors, and I love it. I love that every day it's like a different exposure. Ooh, did you not hear that they closed down 300 churches in Rwanda? Oh, was it Rwanda? Oh my God, I was so happy when I saw that. They're just closing down all the churches that don't meet the standards, this, that, and the third. And if you're seeing that happening, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, Africa's waking up. But babe, when it gets to England, you lot are done now. You're not even going to be able to do anything over here. Do you know what I say? Because you know how England get, yeah, you know, because listen, it's just going to take one major incident and it's boiling. It's boiling. Something will happen. Anyway, let's get into it. I digress. Let's look at the physical health risks, shall we? As you're doing shabayata. If you lot see the video on my profile right now, they are sweating, they are convulsing, they are tremoring. It's like, and I've been tremoring because of the stress. And it's like, you got to remember, like they're probably at that studio from 4 a.m. or even up earlier before that, because those kind of guys are radical. So if they got to be at the studio at 4 a.m, they're going to be up at 1, you know, praying before to get the fire in, because it's a privilege to go on this radical chair. So by the time they get on there, I was hoping one of them would faint, you know, live. I always pray for that to like dab to collapse, or like that would be my dream, you know, like TD Jakes on. Oh God, I just love Dag so much. Dag, I just love you, honestly. Dag is my world. All right, let's get into it. Repeated sleep deprivation from all-night prayer meetings can weaken the immune system, impair memory, and exacerbate chronic illness. Vomiting, fainting, tremors, and hyperventilation, all reported in extreme sessions, are physical stress responses, sometimes severe enough to require medical attention. And we've all seen crazy things. Kiko in the cup. We've all seen crazy things happen, but again, we don't realize at the time that this is what's happening. So you can see here that over time, constant sympathetic nervous system activation can contribute to heart strain, adrenal fatigue, and long-term neurological dysfunction. And the reason why I think that's why my adrenal glands got removed, like it's all connected to this, because I was in there for 18 years, but I was also like a high-ranking minister, like minister of song. I wanna dance with somebody. So I can really sing. And once they heard me sing, it was like, oh, you know, they're just using me, and I was singing for Bishop Richard and going to every convention, everything that was there. So I was exposed to a lot of mind auto practice. It was like high level exposure. So that's why I think I'm so unwell. And there was a lot of people who had like their time like me, and then they left, and I was still there for like an extra 5 years, an extra 6 years. So that F's up your system. Do you get it? Let's look at the impact on children, because I think this is really important, because I've had like survivors, especially from UCKG, because they do them strong prayers and deliverance. UCKG is a mess. And I just hope that someone will rise up, like a proper survivor that can really speak up for the UCKG, because UCKG is an MESS and it's very, very abusive. And there's kids that have come forward, well, when they were children, because there's a lot of second gen members. That's how UCKG survived. And they just spoke about people walking backwards, eyes like rolling back, permanently have myalgic encephalomyelitis. Oh my God, mellitus. Oh my God, Juju, I'm so sorry, babe. Do you know what I find with us survivors? We have a lot of like comorbidities in it, and like really rare autoimmune, like neurological like diseases. It's really rare. And this is because the abuse was so intense. I'm not gonna lie. And it's when you come back, it's when you come out and you start to deconstruct it, you start to realize, oh my God, was it that bad? It's like when I came to the realization of the domestic violence, the abuse from my ex-husband. It's chronic fatigue syndrome. Do you know what? This is what I'm getting them to look into now, because I'm sure I've got chronic fatigue. I know I've got it. Like my ex-husband, I didn't know I was in a DV marriage, and I didn't know that it was like he was doing up DV after, because it's like I'm just, when it's someone closer to you, and then I've got the kids, and I don't think I didn't want to see it. I don't think I wanted to see it, but you know, as I've been unpacking it, and I'm not going to say more than that, guys, because I know that they're watching, and I don't want them to know any of my business. But just put it this way, I've spent a lot of time in reflection and going through a lot of things. It will drive a person to the brink. Yeah. Oh my! What my ex-husband done? It could have taken me out. I'm sure that was his purpose, but they didn't. Him and his family didn't realize how strong I am. They didn't realize that they're dealing with an iron lady. Like, cause my ex-husband ain't from the streets. He's fake. He's not a real gangbanger. So they don't really know how to survive. Like, he's not really from the barbed wire concrete. Do you know what I'm saying? So he don't really know. Like, if this had happened to my ex-husband, he would have collapsed. Like, you wait until the next 6 months, but I don't know why he's gonna do. But as for me, I can survive this shit because I'm really from the concrete jungle. Do you get it? Stop. I've been doing is surviving from even in my mother's womb. I've been surviving. Do you get it? So I'm not blow clock here. All right. Impact on children. Shush. Kids witnessing these extreme rituals experience vicarious trauma, and that's the point I was getting to. That UCKG survivor was had to use CAMS. That's the Children's Adolescent and Mental Health Services from 11 years old until 18 years old, because she would get nightmares and think things were under her bed. Guys, it's mad. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of demons, like, and a lot of the stuff that's in the Bible is very graphic. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of graphic, like, mature themes, and a lot of kids have been, like, really damaged. Like, it's been so traumatizing for their psyche to, like, try and process and understand things. So they report fear, confusion, nightmares, and emotional dysregulation. Their nervous systems are literally learning hyperarousal as normal spirituality. So a lot of the time you'll find, like, the pastors' kids, those type of kids, they have trouble conceiving. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the girls have trouble conceiving, like the pastors' kids, because it's just their bodies, man. You know, being exposed to that from so young. And that's why they're all there praying against the curses and everything. But you're evil. It's your evil ways. That's why I don't even believe in curses. But for you, I have to. Because how I see your life, especially Daggy Mills, nothing else could be described but God is against him. And it's a curse. Do you know what I'm trying? That's the only way that you could describe it. Because my man, all he ever talks about is curses. So now he's operating in a curse. That's what a curse is. Like, he's been faking it for years, like acting like he could curse people. He can't do nothing. But I can. So that's why his ministry is going down. Little old me. It's not about psychologically damaged generational trauma, yeah. So it's not like, you know, I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be here exposing up this guy till the day I'm alive. Do you know what I mean? Because Dag needs to get what's coming to him. And the thing is, no matter what he does, it's just not going to work. No matter what he does, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. He could try and put on these spectacular, like, anything he does, I'm here to just come in and just give my critique. And you know why I love giving my critique? Because in the cult, they call, like, you can't critique, you can't be a critiquer, you can't critique nothing. It's the political stage, you can't talk do you know what I mean? So this is why I'm making up for it, the 18 years. This is why I come in and it's so raw. Because it's like, for 18 years, I couldn't speak my mind, I couldn't tell the truth. Like, Ida's a load of human fecal matter. Her voice is like a cat screeching. It's like the most painful thing you'll ever hear. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is at MESS. Like, Dag looks at MESS, First Love is empty, they're moving the chairs. When you lot go there, look at the chairs. They're spacing the chairs out more so that you lot don't notice that, oh, thanks, Mimi Boo. So that people don't notice that, you know, people are going. But we're noticing it because the choir's going down. The dancing stars, right there. But you lot are probably going to go and buy some people to add to the choir. What about Friday services? Horrible. Everything's horrible in there, girl. Everything. Tell me about the Friday services. Because I was talking to a lot of, like, First Love Ghanaians, like, before all of this stuff happened with my ex. But guys, I'm not going to lie, this is the fight of my life. I've had to look after my kids' emotional and mental well-being. This man has just been lying, chair. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my kids' mental health and psychology. This man has tried to mess up my kids' psychological and mental health and well-being. So I've got to, it's just got to be, like, it's just been pure focus on my kids. This is why this is the first time you lot are seeing me. So please, guys, if I'm not, I reckon it's going to be like this until March. I'm not going to lie. Because we're in February, my book's coming out in March. It's going to be like this for a couple of months, guys. I will still be coming on doing the ad hoc lives. And what I think I'm going to do during this time is I'm going to give times when I'm coming on. Because I'm not going to be coming on as much. So, like, for example, on Sunday, I think I'm going to do Guys, what time do you want on Sunday? Morning or afternoon? Because I'm going to announce a Sunday live, and I'm going to be on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and we're going to chop it up. I'm going to make up for the time that I haven't been on Sunday. I'm just gassing it up. Let's hope it's as good as I'm gassing it. Do you Ghanaians know what gassing it up means? Want to be coming here and chatting your chat? You're not even with it. Dak has got you stuck in a time warp of 1985. Thank you, Ines. Afternoon. All right, because Bev said afternoon. Shall we do around, how's 3 p.m? Because I like 3. Is it, Bev, how's that time for you, girl? Ines, can you make it? Where's CHM? All right, so let's get into it. I mean, guys, I've missed these lives. I mean, you know, I've just been looking at all of the Ghanaian church cult members, and I just had to just quickly come and do a live. Okay, Ines said it's fine as well. All right, so I'll be on Sunday at 3, guys. I'm going to finish up this because I think it's really important. I just want to like debunk the human fecal matter. And I was going to do like responses, but I just don't have the energy. So I thought, let me do a live, keep the live, put it up on YouTube, and then I'm going to chop it into parts. And then I'm going to respond to your little videos just so you can look DUMB. The head is Brazilian. Oh, are you talking about UCKG? Are you talking about UCKG? Yeah, because that's Macedo. Macedo is the UCKG, yes, UCKG. And guys, I want to let you know, as I said, UCKG this year, it is going to be getting major exposure. I don't want to give away too much, guys, because there's too many people that are teething. That's why, have you noticed? It's like God is almost protecting my work, like all my ideas, because what people have been doing is just using my content and my ideas and building off the back of it and not giving me credit. Oh, I have real life experience. All right, if you're from UCKG, Gem, message me. If anyone on this live is from UCKG, can you message me? Because I want to establish my UCKG collective this year. And there's I've got loads of UCKG collectives. Even Ines, you know Ines, like, come on, like, that's sis. Do you know what I mean? So UCKG, I'm not really, yeah, Gems, message me today so that we can exchange numbers. And because from now on, when survivors message me, I'm just going to give them my number because I can't keep up on TikTok. And now that I'm not going to be as thingy, like as active, thanks for the follow. Please follow my main account, Leah Lauder 7, yeah? No, just Leah, is it Leah Lauder 7? I want to speak to survivors more on a one-to-one. Hey, Nance, I want to speak to survivors more on a one-to-one and form these collectives, yeah? Because I've got ideas of things that we're going to do moving forward. And with those groups of the collective for the different church cults, I will be revealing to you what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year. And it's going to be like we're working in teams to do those projects. So the different church cults, like I've got an NGRM Alliance, an RPF Alliance, a Caris Alliance, UCKG Alliance. Oh, hey, my love. I'm in my hospital bed. I got my hospital bed now, so I'm doing better. Because obviously, if you're just joining, I was made disabled because of Dag Mills' mega church cult. And I just want to say, you might notice that the views are going like up and then a bit down. And that's because the Ghanaian church cult members, where Dag Mills' epicenter is, they don't have data like us in the UK. So the data is really expensive out there and they're broke, a lot of them that attend First Love. So I'm not saying all the Ghanaians, because I was dating a very wealthy Ghanaian man actually, but they, again, you know, they're tight with their purses. I tried it didn't work out for me. But what I do just want to say is majority of you guys are brokies, and that's why you're there. Okay, all right, so let's get into the children now, because with this speaking in tongues, it is very aggressive, it's very scary. And I'm so glad that I got my child out at 8, because my child very sensitive. That would have messed up my kids, absolutely. Like, you know, like how them PKs are just like staring into space, like just messed up. Like, you can tell that something's not normal. They're not normal, they're not okay. Like, that's every pastor's kids, or they're either that they were either Barbara and now they're Barry. Hey, Curvy Vibes, or they were Barry and now they're Barbara. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really intense, like radical-ish that happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, the pastor's kids are always doing the most. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the pastor's kids are always like, the the 304, always doing something scandalous. Hey, Hannah. Hey, unsocial butterfly. How are you? So we get the whole thing's just human fecal matter, man. And when you come out of it, you start to see that it's just human fecal matter. And so is Dag. Do you know what I mean? You can tell he's human fecal matter. He speaks human fecal matter. He looks like human fecal matter. We should have known he was human fecal matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, even like, it's that cognitive dissonance, because when you first see him, you know he's EVIR, the same as Bishop Richard IE, but it's like over time, like it's like the indoctrination, it's the social conformity, like everyone's like dag, like prophet this, prophet that, he's changed my life. So you feel like you have to do up the same thing, but really he's just EVIR. Yeah. All right. So long term. Okay. So kids report fear, confusion, nightmares, and emotional dysregulation. The nervous systems are literally learning hyperarousal as normal spirituality. Thank you, Queen Innes. Long term, this can predispose children to anxiety disorders, PTSD, and hypersensitivity to authority or spiritual manipulation. And this is why a lot of them, they'll just like, what you notice is that a lot of kids, like second generation kids, or people who, like these kids that were forced into it, they will have like a lot of trauma, like a lot of scars. And we're seeing a lot more people speak out now, like the PTSD, so they're just messed up, man. The PKs, man, messed up. So you've left now. Woo! Remind me of the cult. I'm so happy. Please make my day today. Please make my day. Because this church cult has put me through so much. Do you know what? It's the church cult and it's my ex-husband, because I didn't have, like, he's just, oh my God, guys. Like, everyone I've been telling you, like, they just can't believe it. Like, they just can't. I believe that what my ex-husband's done to me, I think that it's one of the worst cases of coercive control and financial abuse that might have been seen in life, just because of the nature of it and my like disabilities, my needs, how I wasn't coping, how he's been like, getting all of this money, God knows how, because he's supposed to be signing on, but that's the thing. When you're claiming benefits, you can't be traveling the world, going to Thailand, going to Budapest, going to Paris, going everywhere on a little 100 and something pounds a week. How do you afford that? God, is it depressed? Oh my God, it's a miracle. My ex-husband got miracle money. LOL. Metaphysical and psychological perspective. These states are often described as anointing or holy fire. But from a metaphysical perspective, when a practice causes psychological disorientation, disassociation, or distress, it's opening the mind to external influence, energetic, emotional, or even coercive manipulation. And that's what they do up, boy. That coercive manipulation is used when they're praying. Gems, all it is manipulation. That's all it is, babe. Cult leaders exploit these altered states to enforce loyalty, obedience, and propaganda. And the propaganda is it's just every time they talk. The propaganda is every time they open their mouth. That is just propaganda. Internalization. You leave thinking it's God's work, but it's actually behavioral conditioning and group control. That's all it is on period point blank. The corporate prayers, the meetings, the events, the ministry meetings, the rehearsals. It's all behavioral conditioning. Thanks, Hannah, for the follow. When you look at Dr. Stephen Hassan, and you need to go and look it up and get his books and that, yeah. He has the BITE model, and that's looking at how cult leaders assert authoritarian control over behavior, information, thought, and emotions. And then we look at his influence continuum, and that looks at how negative leadership should look like across that continuum, and what positive leadership can look like across that continuum, so that you're able to identify it. So there are tools and frameworks and models out there to help you differentiate between abusive religious settings and ones that are healthy. Yeah, because when you use that influence continuum, you see how it should be at a leadership, organizational, and then individual level. So if you're getting the negative end of that continuum, for the leadership, the organizational, and the individual, then you need to leave. Yeah. So the information is out there, but it's about you, taking yourself. The same way you took your backside to church to go and follow D or go whatever you were doing it out for. You need to take your backside online and go and look up the BITE model. And look up cult characteristics and get the cult language, them ones that you can deconstruct your blood clot. Okay. So all of you lot that are running up underneath Dag's derriere because you're in the village of Ghana, please Don't be coming and commenting on my, because as I told you, I'm living good. So what I want you lot to remember is look at your surroundings as you're texting me, because this is mine. As I've said to you, and my house ain't even clean because I've just moved. This is mine, yeah? I know you don't even want to see the outside. You'd be crying. You'd be crying to sleep, yeah? So when you're messaging, this is my ambiance. This is my abode. Where are you? And that's why I don't even care. Like, you know, when you comment on that, because I know, because Dag don't have no respect for you lot. Dag thinks he's a whitey man. Dag don't rate you lot. Do you know what I'm saying? Dag don't like y'all. Do you get it? Allegedly. So do you think I care? Dag's already told us how you lot are. That's why I'm using what Dag's told me about y'all. That's what I'm using now. So you want to come and attack me when this is how Dag's spoken about you guys. This is how he speaks about Ghana, about you. Monkey, they wear baboon, they chop. The Nigerians, they are baboons, they chop. You Ghanaians, you like to work. You like work. You like working for someone else. Work. That's why he's used you lot. Work in the ministry like that. To be on your back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, girl. I've had to move from upstairs to the living room. I can't walk the stairs now. Because of my health. And my ex-husband, with all the stuff, all the abuse and everything with this partner that he's got and whatever, it's just, my health has just deteriorated. Oh yeah, Oliver, it's facts on facts. All right, let's look at the biblical context because, oh, no, metaphysical and psychological perspective. These states are often described as anointing or holy fire. But from a metaphysical perspective, when a practice causes psychological disorientation, dissociation, or distress, it's opening the mind to external influence. You're easier to indoctrinate. You're easier to brainwash. Your psyche is completely open. Energetic, emotional, or even coercive manipulation. So people can be bums. That's so sad. Yeah. Internalized. Yeah, acism. Yeah, definitely. And then the projection of the self-hate because his dad was abusive. Like, and also OG survivors have told me that they used to see Dag like hitting his kids with BELTSs. Like back in the day, like they used to really BEAT the kids. That would explain why his eldest is a HOE and David unalived himself. You know, it's the trauma. Could you imagine Dag being your dad? I'd top myself. Do you know what I mean? All right. So let's look at cult leaders exploit these altered states to enforce loyalty, like up their lives, guys, obedience and propaganda. You leave thinking it's God's work, but it's actually behavioral conditioning and group control. So it's not God's work. So that's why we're laughing on the outside. And that's why, like, when I see your comments, if I'm bored, I'll respond back. But that's why you're all in there talking to yourself, because I'm too booked and busy. Do you know, go and ask Dag. I'm sure he's got more time now to spend with his members because he is doing up damage control. Fish out of his debt, mate. Members are leaving every day, so I'm sure Dag's got a bit more time to, like, you know, spend on kind of investing in his members now. LOL. I'm sure all your leaders are kissing your bum. All right. The biblical context, because they love to use these scriptures when we're talking about tongues. I'm going to debunk it all now. Because as you know, us first lovers, we are the scholaries of, you know, this whole scripture thing. So let's get into it. Let me see what let's see if I'm a bit rusty, but let's see if I can remember. Let's see. All right. Biblical context. We've got Acts 2. The tongues were understandable human languages. They were speaking in foreign tongues. But even when you look at that verse in Acts, they're saying, oh, you're speaking my language. You know, there was that confusion because people were confused as to how people could speak different languages. It wasn't the confusion that we see today that exemplifies chaos and confusion, like what they were doing up in the video. That's not how it was at all. Okay. So, you just, unfortunately, you think you know the Bible, but you don't. You know it through the lens of Dag Heward-Mills for him to collect your coins and control you. So, unfortunately, your interpretations have absolutely no power here. It's like, do you know what it's like? It's like you coming to England and trying to use your cedis. Unfortunately, we deal with pounds, so the cedis will get rejected everywhere you go. Capiche? Does that make sense? But if I brought my pounds to Ghana, I'm sure they'd take them. All right. So let's look at it. So the tongues were understandable human languages heard by people in their own dialects. No shaking, no violent convulsions, no loss of control, no spitting, no jumping around, no acting like an idiot and a baboon. 1 Corinthians, actually, no looking like an idiot and an orangutan. You are orangus. 1 Corinthians 14, Paul explicitly says, 2 or 3 at most. Do you Lighthouse and First Lovers, do you want to get out your pens and paper? Because Dag doesn't teach this. So this is the sound doctrinal word. So if you want to get out your notes or your iPads, jot it down. So there should only be 2 or 3 at most. One at a time. One at a time. If you want to argue, go and take it up with God, babe. Do you know what I mean? Because it's actually, I would tell you to take it up with Constantine and the Council of Nicaea. But they're unalived. So you're going to have to take it to your imaginary God that you believe in that gave you the Bible. I believe in God, BTW, but not in the God that they serve because it's fake. It's an illusion created by a malignant narcissistic psychopath. So none of it's real. It's like the malignant narcissist's invisible friend that has grown up with him. That's the voice in his head. And then he sold it to you as a God. All right? Okay, this is why you're getting abused and don't know it. Does that make sense? You're welcome. All right, then we've got interpretation required. Interpretation required. And when you bring up this scripture to them and you break it down, you'll just see the cognitive dissonance. They won't actually say anything back to you because they can't argue. What they'll start to do is give you scriptures and just keep like talking at you and not processing. So that's how we know you're DUMB and you have absolutely no leg to stand on. We're even using your own scriptures against you. You're done. You lot are done out. In 10 years, there'll be no Pentecostalism and charismata. And there'll be no more of that. There'll be no more. All right. So silence if no interpreter. So I think you just all need to remain silent. Yeah, because there's no interpreter. Okay, capiche? God is not the author of confusion. There's so much confusion. Absolutely. They all look confused. Everything done decently and in order. There's no order. Jesus never spoke in tongues, period. Okay, the Gospels never describe it. This is important. The entire foundation for chaotic tongues as power is a man-made extrapolation. Ooh, not biblical precedent. Any scripture cults throw at you is either descriptive, what happened, or prescriptive, Paul giving boundaries. They ignore the prescriptive part that emphasizes order, comprehension, edification and contextualization. I want to add that. Catholic is the original script. Everything else is just a branch of that tree. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will be getting into Catholicism at a certain point when the time is right, because that's you know, when I do that, I just got to be in the right, you know, my mind, body and soul, because I just can't take that hell for, because Catholics are different, giant. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as you said, all of these babies like Dag and UCKG, Macedo, all of them, and I'm calling them babies, and that's a billionaire pastor. Because Catholicism, now we've got to go into the Vatican, the Roman Empire. Do you know? It's like, ooh, yeah. And it's funny you should say that, because Dag is absolutely obsessed with Catholicism. He used to say like, oh, it's fine if you're a Catholic, this, that, and that. So that's why when I came out of the cult, and if you haven't watched Christ Alone, it's a documentary, you can watch it on YouTube. It kind of breaks down like all the false doctrine, and it shows like how Catholicism is just like not from God, basically. And that faith plus works equals salvation. That's like the works-based model that comes from Catholicism. So that's why they're very much like on the works. And my cult leader is absolutely obsessed with the iconography from Catholicism. So when they do appointments, they get ordained, that he'll be in the full like bishop's attire with the, you know, those bishop hats. He's just a FOL, you know, like a little boy, you know. He wants to be from them times, you know, like the Game of Thrones, like King Henry VIII, because Dag's old. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was born in the 40s. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's very, like, a lot of these cult leaders, they're very archaic and barbaric and animalistic, because it's given like Game of Thrones. You know, when people used to like fight in the Colosseums with bears and lions, like that's their mindset. Like, that's how they think. They've got no empathy. Because they don't need to have empathy. And that's why religion is so perfect for a narcissist, because there's no empathy. It's just instructions, laws, rules, especially the Abrahamic religions. Very like instructions, law, legal, especially when you go into like the Mosaic. That's why they love it. All the narcissists are in these positions of power in these church cults, the traditionalism chair. Oh yeah, oh my God. But expand on that a little bit more for me, on Social Butterfly. Expand a little bit more on the traditionalism. Are you talking about like the traditionalism that turns into ritualistic, or ritualism that turns into culturalism, that forms the spine of the church cult, in which everybody will have to socially conform to how the cult leader wants you to look, dress, act, whatever, and then it becomes an echo chamber? Does that resonate? But if you are thinking something different, tell me, because I read that and then I thought, that's a very deep point. So I'm just guessing. I'm just gift of the gab. So like break it down a bit more, babe, if that doesn't exemplify what you were trying to say, because that's a very interesting point. Mods, can we pin that, please, that comment? All right, y'all. Gospels never describe it. This is important. The entire foundation for chaotic tongues as power is man-made extrapolation, not biblical precedent. Any scripture cults throw at you is either descriptive, oh, I've read this, but let's read it again, what happened, or prescriptive, Paul given boundaries. This is important because a lot of it they take from Paul. What does she say? Weight. What does that mean? What the weight and gravity of the traditionalism? Oh, I think I see where you're going. Are you saying that the traditionalism then is tied to the inordinate amounts of our time? So it's like the weight and gravity of it, like we have to be there all the time. It's like that because, yeah, I think I see what she's saying, because my ex-husband's family it's a family cult. And they have this thing where the birthdays, you got to be at the house, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? For certain things, it's like that traditionalism. Yes, all right. And you know what? That's in a lot of African households where it's very strict. You can't get out of things. They do things this time. Very controlling, very, you know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I say that, you know, like young people that are from those diasporas are more susceptible or higher risk to join in these type of cults, because it will feel normal and it will feel like home. That's why I said, like, if you're a survivor and you come from the African diaspora, you've got to deconstruct from a lot of the toxicity about just the whitey man, the colonization, and how you see yourself as a slave. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to be a slave for the rest of your life. We're Irish, and that's what I was, and that's what it was too. Oh wow, yeah, but come on though, Irish, you lot are the you lot are the whitey blacks. No Irish, no dogs, no blacks. Come on, man. I don't see Irish people as whiteys. Remember the ginger thing that happened? You lot ain't whiteys. Yeah. I don't see Irish people as whiteys. I mean, the way that you lot are, you're like the whitey blacks, innit? You lot don't rap with your kids, you're spuds, you lot can cook, you got seasonings. Like, I'd happily go to Ireland and be eating there every day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the Irish have got some seasonings, and they got some, do you know, I love the Irish culture. But do you know what, babe? When I did my DNA, I'm about like 12% Irish or something. It's quite high. And I'm proud to have that Irish blood, man, because I think Irish people are bad, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have any whitey blood in you, come on. Irish, that's what we want. All right, guys. So any scripture cults throw at you. Okay, I said that. Let's look at modern abuses in church cults. So cult-like churches weaponize tongues to induce trance and dissociation, to exhaust members physically and mentally. I'm going to say that again. To exhaust members physically and mentally. That's why they're doing a lot of prayers. They like doing that, taking them on prayer retreats, because their brain's fried. They're tired, they're exhausted, they're sleep deprived. They don't have any time to even think, to even process. Yes, girl. We were the first slaves before the transatlantic slaves. We taught the Caribbeans English. That's why we say three as tree. Oh, wow. That is so amazing. Same as the Jamaicans. Wow. That is so interesting. I think I need to look into Irish history, you know. Thunder as thunder. Oh my God. That is so interesting. Wow. Oh my God. How amazing is that? Oh my God, guys, this is so interesting. Thank you, Unsocial Butterfly. Wow. I'm Irish and Jamaican. We have a close relationship. Yeah, my grandma on my great grandma on my dad's side was a Scottish Jamaican. During the potato famine, Irish came to Jamaica. Oh, wow. Oh my God, I'm actually learning my history, you know, and like piecing together how my ancestry, like, oh, hey, Tej. Hey, my queen. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I just want to say I love the Irish. I love myself some spuds. I love myself some bangers and mash. And I do love an Irish coffee. I love an Irish coffee. I love a St. Patrick's Day. I love a leprechaun. I love gold at the end of the pot. I'm telling you. What do you think about my Irish accent? My auntie always cusses me because she's like my mum's best friend, but she's Irish. She's like, that's not an Irish accent, Leah. Oh yeah, man. I'm just exposing up the cults. You know how it goes. You know me. Because I'm in the hospital bed, Tasia. I'm disabled. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just out here exposing dag. Like, if you go to these church cults, this is how you're going to end up. Look. This is the hospital bed chair. This is how you're going to end up. You're going to end up in a hospital bed. And you know, all of these people that are coming for me, this, like, your life's going to be destroyed. Like, I don't care. Like, you lot can stay there, like, talking and whatever. But I just know where your life's going to be in 5 to 10 years. So I don't care. Like, how can, guys, why do I look better than women who are supposed to be pastors, happily married? They've got 2 incomes coming in, this, that, and the third. Look at everything I'm going through. Why do I still look better than the women in there? That's how you know it's bad. That's what I'm saying to you, guys. Even if you hit rock bottom when you come out, like, it doesn't matter. Like, because that is lower than rock bottom when you end up in these church cults. I'd rather be in the club. I'd rather be working the streets. I'd rather be working the streets than be in them church cults, because at least I would, like, have the own autonomy over my body, like what I can do, what I can't do. Do I want this guy to pay me? And I'm getting money. Because in the church cults, they'd be exploiting you and using and abusing you, and you're giving them your money. And that's the extra sting when you leave. So, boy, I mean it with error word, error word, error word, error word. So, modern abuses in church cults, because I'm ill, I don't like people seeing my eyes when I'm ill. And survivors feel sorry for me and they get distracted when I'm ill and stuff like that. So, no, I don't want to come to Islam, actually, because I used to be the VOG specialist, violence against women and girls, and a lot of the girls that were wearing hijabs were doing really crazy things schmexually, do you know what I mean, and getting raped and essayed by the mandem. There was one case where a girl's father was essaying her and actually kidnapped her and took her to Morocco against their will and kept her there for 2 years. So no, I don't even want to go over there, because it does, you know, I don't want to say it's even worse. I want to say that both of those Abrahamic religions are just par on par. So I believe that all Abrahamic religions are just about control. So if you're going to come on here and do that up, we just don't do that here, because we don't argue and go back and forth. We're not idiots. We're great thinkers. We're intellects. So we have the gnosis knowledge. We're above that. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, because that's a waste of time, a waste of energy, and a waste of life. And it's just human fecal matter, really and truly, just like you believing in it. All right, then, let's move on. So we've got to exhaust members physically and mentally, to enforce obedience and fear over leaving, and to normalize extreme emotional displays as proof of anointing. This is not prayer, it's ritualized control disguised as spirituality. Okay, ritualized control disguised by spirituality. That's what it is. So let's look at some takeaways. True spiritual practice does not require exhaustion, terror, or loss of control. True spiritual practice should actually, like, recalibrate your neurosystem. Do you know what I mean? You should feel peace. You should feel tranquility. You should feel better. You shouldn't be and feeling all weak and tired. Yeah. Islam hasn't brought peace into the world. No, I don't think it has. I don't think any of the religions have, my love. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think peace is coming to the world now that people are waking up, that the whole thing's human fecal matter, and we need to, like, heal from our trauma and not be disassociated, you know, wishing on a prayer and, you know, looking at the sky, waiting for God to, you know, bless us and some miracle money fall from the sky or manna from heaven. It's just, you know, come on. Come on. It's 2026. Leave that to the villagers, you know, that go to First Love in Ghana. Leave it for them. Guys, I'm really sorry to say it, and I know, like, what's going to happen, especially in those diasporas of the world, like, intellectual people are going to wake up, even if it means them living in poverty, because you've got to remember, in them type of places, it's even worse, man, the power and control that they've got, or they're doing all right for themselves so they can speak out. It's going to be hard. All Abrahamic religions are patriarchal constructs that veiled with mysticism. All Abrahamic religions are patriarchal constructs veiled with mysticism. Oh God, I love how you've worded that. Let me take a screenshot of that for my book, because I'm doing, like, a collective bit. That's going in the book. Are you all right? That book's a lot of people are gonna read that book. I just had to pose. I've got a book coming out in March 2026, guys, BTW. So on Social Butterfly, if you don't mind me using that, I'm gonna use it, because there's a collective bit. I'm just gonna put, like, comments, messages that survivors have sent me. Like, it's gonna be kind of immortalizing all the work. Yes, girl. I'm pre-ordering that book. Oh, don't even get... Oh, you'll make me cry. And guys, it will be available to pre-order on the 28th of February. What day is it today? Oh, God. I got 15 days to get this finished, like, you know, for people to proofread. But guys, it will be able to pre-order on the 28th. But however that book is on the 20th, I'm releasing it. Do you get me? Release it! I wish that I could. That's the song I'm going to do. You know, when I release it, release it! I wish that I have the balloons. And I'm going to be like, the book is available to pre-order. And then that's when you guys are going to see the title. You're going to see the book cover. That you're going to be seeing. That's like the pre-reveal. 1, 2, 3, release it! Yes. So that's what we're going to be doing up. I know that book's going to change the game, because once that book comes out, there's a lot of theories and things that I've developed. Yeah, in this, I can't wait as well, you know, and I will do a little something after, but I'm going to release the book, guys. Then I'm going to go a bit underground for a bit. So I'm going to leave you lot with the book to, like, you know, digest, to read, to have your time. Then I'm going to do that myself, reflection, this, that, and then I'm going to come back. And then it's going to be bam, my podcast straight up. It's just going to be like the podcast. And then hopefully I'll have an unveiling of a survivor that's going to be a co-host of that podcast. Fingers crossed if she's ready. Or it might just be moi, he, her, she, the queen. But then you might be getting 2 queens. And I'm so excited. Because me and this survivor, we have so many conversations around like patriarchy, misogyny. Oh, Tasia, when I tell you this survivor's a queen, like, and remember I said to you lot, I said, they think I'm the worst. I'm not. Because there's like a lot of younger survivors as well. You know, like how I'm like fiery, like this survivor, yeah, it'll be like, like bear of it, yeah, but just calm, like, she's like a chill queen. Do you know what I mean? But the words that come out of her mouth are very, very, yeah, it's deep stuff. Very educated, very, very educated. Like just a great thinker. Like we have such stimulating conversations. We talk about so many different things. It's so intellectual. It's so stimulating, man. It's so refreshing. I love being able to have these conversations with her, and that's why we're looking to take it like onto the podcast. Where we're going to be, yeah. That's when they thought I was controversial. Yeah. When this survivor's unveiled, that's when I think, like, we're gonna start getting into the nitty-gritty of what's really going on outside here. So guys, get ready, man. Get ready. I can't believe I've kept this all a secret. Like, guys, you see, when I start announcing stuff, you lot are gonna be like, oh my god, is that what she was doing up? Yeah, that's what I'm on. Remember 2026, I told you I'm not on no games. I've been preparing for this for 2 years. They all been laughing and mocking and doing this, and every time they laugh and they mock, God just comes back and does something bigger. Like the last time when they were like, oh, your video is not going to be successful. Have you seen it? Almost 800,000 views on said video that they were all commenting that up. So, you know, the Lord will do it. Loving the neutral vibes. Oh, thanks, Greg. Babe, I'm just here. I'm just disabled in my boudoir. You know, just making disability look fabulous, you know, the best way I can. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, like, with all of these religions and everything, they make it out like you've got to have something like external, like dress good and be the Lord and know what to say and to like be valued. It's like, do you know what I mean? To be something, but it's not about that. It's what you have internally. Like, it doesn't matter. I could be on Broadway. I could be packing bags in Tesco's. I could be hair disabled on my bed. I'm always going to be that star. And that's why I'm saying to you lot, don't try to be something that you're not. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't try and like, I think that I'll be able to appeal that. Don't be following no one. Don't be full of fashion, like up underneath people's batteries, this, that, and the third. Because all the Jadas and the Aries, you know, all them gal them that the British girls are trying to look like, they're so lost. It's like, that's their aesthetic. That's what makes them a baddie. That's their aesthetic that you lot are all copying. Now they're influencing you. You have to be the influencer. That's why I said to you, I don't look up to no one, bitch. I'm not trying to wear Ari or trying to look like, do you know, people try to look like me. People try to look like me. People want to do my hair. People want to get my aesthetic. People want to be like me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's main character energy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not copying no one. I'm not no follow fashion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, authenticity is key, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? So no one can come and have any chat for me, babes. All right, let's look at the takeaways, and then I'm gonna go. I might come back later, guys, because I've got a lot to get through. But you know, I just had to come on live because they're getting too bright and brave in the comments. I just had to come on the live to make you lot feel like the human fecal matter that you are. I had to come and that ego and let y'all know. You think you've done a little comment, you think you've done your big one, but you're over there And I am over here. I shall just walk into my garden very soon. But unfortunately, I need my walker. I can't, just, if you look over here, you'll see my walker and my commode. I hope you guys can see it. Can you see my walker and my commode? Can you see my walker and my commode? Those are my disability things that I need, because I can no longer walk unaided, and that's all because of the stress from Dagwood Mills. And all will be revealed. Oh, you could see it, Greg's. Oh, fantastic, fantastic, absolutely great. This is just a little personal message to Dag, all his minions, bottom Bs and 304s. Don't think when you see me getting more unwell and being in my hospital bed and having my walker and, you know, all these things with my ex-husband. I heard Dag talking about marriage, and I'm sure they were indirects at me because, you know, I live rent-free in a mansion in Dag's head. But one thing I will tell you is I thrive under pressure, and, you know, I have a lot of resilience. And I've got rapid response carers too, Siv. And should be getting a package of care. I just want to let you know that as my health has worsened and everything with my ex-husband and what's been going on with my children and my bed and everything, I am absolutely blaming and holding Dagwood Mills responsible and that cult. And I want to let you know that when it comes to March and beyond, by the time I'm done with you, good luck. Good luck, Dag, because what's happening to me internally, you know, I'm really spending a lot of time in stillness and quietness. Yes, Tasia, my queen. And learning a lot. Getting a lot done behind the scenes. Do you know what I love? I love the fact that I've been underestimated my whole life. But do you know who underestimated me the most? Do you want to guess? Guys, do you want to take a guess? Because I've been underestimated my whole life, but I'll tell you who underestimated me the most was my ex-husband. You little bitch. You underestimated me a lot. But I'm going to teach you why you don't play with me and why you don't play with my kids. I will teach you, and the rest of the world are going to see exactly why you don't play with Leah. You don't play with Leah Lauder's kids chair. You can play with me. You can play with me all day. In fact, you can play with me. You can put your hands on me. You can do whatever you want. But when it comes to my kids, the whole world is going to see and understand the repercussions of when you play with Leah's children. And on that note, I'm going to go. And I just want to say, for my kids, I will be willing to take it anywhere it needs to go, to the pit of the abyss, of the Atlantis, of the lowest, of the depths of the abyss. I'm willing to take it there. I'm willing to do whatever I've got to do. And I just want to say, like, what you did, my ex-husband, was absolutely unforgivable. I've pieced it all up now, and get ready for me. Get ready for me, babes. All right, bye. I love you all. I'll be back on later.